The boy watches his father's hands. The faint blue line of veins rivered across the backs. The knuckles like tiny furrowed hills on a plain. A moon rising at the tip of each finger. What the water does to your hands when you're fishing, well, there's no telling it really. Blisters, open sores, cracks webbed around the knuckles, the salt water burning like iodine on a paper cut. Sometimes the skin roughs up, thickens into leather around the joints. You can barely close your hand to make a fist. So Michael, how important is the idea of loss in your work?
It's probably at the center of everything I've ever written, really. And not something I've been conscious of until fairly recently. And I think the more conscious of it I've become, the less I've tried to put it in there. I also grew up with parents who came out of a culture, the outward culture, that I had no access to, and which was very clearly on the decline as well, you know. I mean, the world that Dad grew up in was a way of life that had gone on in Newfoundland more or less unchanged for 200 or 300 years, and then in the space of his lifetime, it disappeared completely. And the only access I had to that were the stories I heard him or the stories I heard Mom telling about it. And I'm a part of a generation that's writing these stories down for the first time. So in a way, I was trying to honor that world. Or celebrate that world. And at the same time, writing those things down because the sense that I had to get them down on paper or else they were going to be lost completely, you know, meant that writing that book in a way was another nail in the coffin of the oral culture the book was meant to celebrate.